Hello students. So as you all know that we all are facing lockdown just because of this pandemic attack, that COVID-19, and because of this also, as we all know, this is the beginning of the session, and we all are facing that educational loss also. So this is just a small effort for the students, those who are in habit of listening teachers and those who are missing the school lectures, school descriptions and all. So as you all know, being an English teacher, I want to tell, and I think you also know, that in English particularly, poetry section needs more description as compared to prose and the grammar section. So just we are starting with the poetry first then. And as you know, earlier also I have sent a video, and in that video we have described the 8th standard poem, and now we are going to continue with the next one only. So another poem of 8th standard NCERT syllabus is the Geography Lesson by Zulfikar Ghose. So it's a beautiful poem. The poet is describing the geographical condition of its city also, and on the other hand he is amazed that why that much hatred, that much fights and quarrels are there in between the people when nature has given us everything. Actually, can you imagine how your city look like if you are watching your city from 10,000 feet above the ground? Neatly planned, everything is there, and actually in a proportion, like a geometrical design, and it would strike you as something very different from what it actually is while you are in thick of the city. So this is a beautiful poem. The poet want to describe the same whatever I told you. So now we are going with the description, and I'm reading this poem once. First of all, I'm going with the first paragraph with this. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had dwelt the way it had. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile, there seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard, unplanned, and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. So the poet wants to say that when we are in thick of the city, when we are living inside the city, it looks unplanned and without any style. But on seeing it from above the ground, it looks well planned and well designed. So in this first paragraph, the poet is saying, actually he is watching his city from a jet in the sky. And when the jet sprang into the sky, he came to understand why the city had dwelt in such a way, whatever the city is having right now. It means that it had dwelt according to a plan. Deliberately it was planned like that. The poet wanted to know another thing also now. It was that why the cities were near the rivers and why the valleys were that much populated. What was the reason behind that? So the same thing the poet is mentioning in the second passage. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography, that land and water attract man, was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. So, when his jet reached 10,000 feet above the ground, it looks clear. Everything is clear to the poet. And then he understood that why these cities are near the rivers and why the valleys are that much populated. Because these water and these rivers, they attract man. On the other hand, it supported the logic of geography, that land and water attracted man. So that's why with the plan, the man had situated their houses, their workshops near the rivers and in a populated valleys. And in a very third stanza, here the poet is concluding the poem and he is saying, when the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear the earth was round, and that it had more sea than land. But it was difficult to understand that the men on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities and to kill. From that height it was not clear why. So this concluding stanza brings out the theme of the poem. When the poet reached 6 miles high in the jet, it is clear to him, he found that the earth was round and it had more water, more sea than land. Everything is clear to the poet then, geographically. But still, one question is there. And the question is, he has failed to understand that why the men on this beautiful earth, they are creating hatred. They are killing each other without reason. And this he is actually failed to understand. So the theme, the central idea of this poem is just that nature has provided us everything according to our needs, but still we are not happy. Geographically actually we have everything, but still we are fighting with each other with no issues. We are having hatred, we are having jealousy, and this is the only reason that we are having everything on this earth, but still that peace of mind, that happiness what we should have, we are not having nowadays. So this is the poem, Geographical Lesson, the brief descriptions I had given to you people, and just by Zulfikar Ghose. That's